When we hear the name Africa, a lot of people, imagine jungles, tribes, hunger, and wars. But that's not the full truth. Africa is not just a land. It's a dream that's been seen many times, but, crushed again and again. Today, a young Muslim man named Captain Ibrahim Traoré is leading that dream. Africa is a land rich with resources like gold, uranium, diamonds, oil, and cobalt. Yet people here are still dying of hunger and thirst. That's the sad reality we've seen for decades. The reason behind this? Western countries have long controlled Africa, not always directly, but through loans, military presence, and corrupt puppet governments. They take Africa's resources and leave its people in poverty. One of the best examples of this is Burkina Faso, a country in West Africa. Its official name is the People's Republic of Burkina Faso, and until 1984, it was called Upper Volta. The country has around 24 million people, and most of them are Muslims, about 61%, with the rest being Christians or followers of traditional African religions. Burkina Faso is a landlocked country, meaning it doesn't have access to the sea. It borders Mali, Niger, Benin, Ghana, Togo, and Ivory Coast. Its total area is about 274,000 square kilometers, and the GDP is around $20 billion. However, the average yearly income per person is only $930, making it one of the 10 poorest countries in the world. Over 40% of the people live below the poverty line. Now here's the shocking part. Burkina Faso produces 80 tons of gold every year, worth $5 to $6 billion, but the country's gold reserves hold only 36 kilograms. Why? Because for years France has been looting this gold, taking it back to Europe. This is why Europe looks rich, by exploiting Africa and Asia. Burkina Faso is Africa's fourth largest gold producer, and its neighbor Mali, also a Muslim country, is the third largest. The capital of Burkina Faso is Ouagadougou, its most populated city. The president is Captain Ibrahim Traoré, who became the world's youngest head of state at just 35 years old. But he's not famous just for his age. He's known for his bold actions. People across Africa and the world are calling him a new kind of leader. He joined the military in 2019, became a captain in 2020, and by 2022 he led a military takeover of the government after leaders failed to serve the people. The army, impressed by his courage and intelligence, made him president with full support. One of his first acts was to order the French army to leave Burkina Faso. This shocked the world. No leader had done this in decades. He also canceled gold export licenses to stop the country's wealth from being stolen. He ended a system where 70% of the country's money had to be kept in French banks, and if Burkina Faso needed it, it had to borrow its own money with interest. For years, politicians' children were sent to France for education so they'd grow up loyal to France. Traoré broke that cycle. He declared that Burkina Faso will now decide how its gold is used and sold, not France. Another huge moment was when a Russian plane landed and Ibrahim Traoré stepped out, not in a suit, but in his military uniform. That image shocked France and the West. His visit to Russia wasn't just a meeting, it was the start of a partnership. He signed deals on education, health, and even nuclear energy. He's working to unite Africa, starting with an alliance between Mali, Niger, and Burkina Faso. These countries now allow free movement without visas, and their militaries are working together. They are also planning to stop using the French currency. But standing up to the West is dangerous. Many African leaders who tried this were killed, like Thomas Sankara of Burkina Faso, Kwame Nkrumah of Ghana, Patrice Lumumba of Congo, and Muammar Gaddafi of Libya. That's why over 20 assassination attempts have been made on Ibrahim Traoré. Still, he's fearless. He wants to free his people from slavery and foreign control. Even though Western media criticizes him, poverty in Burkina Faso has started to decrease, something that hasn't happened in decades. Even the World Bank and IMF have admitted that the country's situation is improving under Traoré. Some reports even say that France supported terrorist groups like Al-Qaeda and ISIS to keep Burkina Faso unstable. But today, the youth of Africa look to Ibrahim Traoré with hope. Many Africans don't believe in corrupt democracy anymore. They want a strong leader who can stand up to Europe and bring real change. Burkina Faso is now developing fast. It even has its own gold refinery. Some countries are unhappy with Traoré's bold steps, but millions of Africans are praying for his success. May God help all Muslims around the world. Ameen. Friends, that's our inspiring story for today. Let us know what you think in the comments, and if you're new here, please like and subscribe to the channel. Until next time, goodbye and take care.